Today at the Quick Speed Shop, I've got a new gas tank for the Model A hot rod truck. Ordered it from CJ Pony Parts. It came in like 2 days. It was super fast. This is a gas tank for a 64 to 65 Ford Mustang. What do we got? Oh, it's a sack of air. I've always wanted a sack of air. Hot damn. Aha. I guess that's the sending unit. Yes, it is. More air. What's this? Oh, the bill. $148, free shipping. There's a fuel hose to connect to the stock Mustang fuel filler. Miscellaneous hardware to screw the tank to the Mustang floor. Here's the seal for your gas filler neck for your Mustang. What's this? Oh, you can win a Bullet Mustang. Excellent. It's a box in a box. Ah. Aha! Here's the locking ring for the fuel sending unit. Let's see what Madam Ruby sees. Aha! Bam! So this is a reproduction 64-65 Mustang gas tank. In the Mustangs and a couple other Ford cars of the late 60s, the gas tank was actually the trunk floor, and it screwed around inside the trunk on a little bit of butyl rubber here. Then your filler neck came up through the rear tail pan, on a Mustang, and the sending unit goes in the front of the tank here. This faces the front. Here's your cutout for your rear end, but the sending unit and the filler neck goes here. And then these reproduction tanks come with a drain in them right here. So this is a stock size 16 gallon 64-65 Mustang gas tank. And the reason I bought this is it'll sit perfectly on the flats in the bed of this truck, and I can bolt it right down into the bed of this truck. It only comes up, I don't know, about 1.5 inches above the bed frame, and I'm going to put oak flooring in the bed that will cover all this up. So the only thing that'll be showing in the truck is the fuel filler here. I'm going to put a short piece of rubber, which came with it, and a cap right here, and that'll just be bumped up in the center of the box back by the tailgate. But this will fit in the bed floor nice, give me 16 gallons of fuel, and a nice safe out of the way place for the gas tank in the truck. All right, here we go. We're going to put the sending unit in the gas tank. Here's the sending unit here, and then your float for the gas gauge works like this, and the plastic pickup screen, which you can see here, goes down in this well here on the bottom of the tank. But since the tank's upside down, we're going to install it like this. So the first thing I want to do is get out the rubber O-ring here, and I'm just going to lay this on the hole here. I got a little bit of silicone lubricant spray. I'm just going to spray a little bit on this rubber to keep it slippery so the sending unit won't drag on it. Just help it move around and seal up in there. Next thing I'm going to do is take the sending unit, get the float in there. Just going to work it real easy. There's two tabs that go in these slots here. Just going to line those up. Get it to drop down in. It's a little tight, like a tiger. There it goes. Rubber's in there nice. And then we got our lock ring here. That just goes on here like so. And then these little tangs, you can use a screwdriver. I'm going to use this chisel. Here I'm just going to tap on these tangs and drive this around. and it goes till it stops right there. It's locked in. It compresses the rubber, and that's it. So when the tank is here, your fuel line comes off and goes up down the frame rail. Your sending unit wire goes on here. And that's pretty much it. So you want to make sure that rubber is good, because obviously when the tank's full of gas, the gas level is going to be above the sending unit. But we got a good rubber in there, brand new. Everything's new, so it should seal all right. And bam, it's just that easy. All right, so here's the bed. You can see here, this bed would have had a slight roll down here, then the wood floor would have been in this, and there was rust down here, so I've actually cut it off and I replaced it with flat stock, which essentially channels this box about an inch down lower than it used to be stock, but it also gives me a nice place to mount this tank. But let me set the tank in here, you can get an eyeball of what I'm talking about. So this is a little farther ahead than it's going to be because it won't clear this cross member right now. But essentially, it's just that easy. It's going to sit right on the factory flange where it would have been the Mustang. The filler neck will sit right about here, just inside the tailgate, and so it'll actually be back. The tank will actually be back about here. I think this tank was a great choice. It was inexpensive. It's 16 gallons. Believe it or not, this truck gets 20 miles a gallon with a 283 Chevy that's in it with a 4-speed. This is a tank I built for this originally. It's a 14 gauge steel. It's about, I think it's about 12, 13 gallons. It had a filler neck here on the one side, which poked through the side of the bed. One thing I didn't like about it is I had a fuel draw from the bottom of the tank, which is all right, but if you ever had this hose rupture or anything, it's going to drain the tank and there's no way to stop it. Or if you got an accident that severed a fuel line, it would drain the fuel tank on the ground and you won't be able to stop it. So that's a bad idea. You always want your tank to draw to the top, or draw close to the top. Like this Mustang tank draws out of the front side here, and so it wouldn't just rupture and like leak. So I'm going to save this tank. I'll probably put it in something else that's not driven on the road, like you just use it for off-road use. So I'll set this aside and save it, and we'll go with this Mustang tank. Alright, I went and I got the gas tank back out. Next thing I gotta do, this rear cross member that I tacked in place in the frame with my receiver hitch is in the way of the tank. And what I'm gonna do is make a cross member across the very back of the frame, back under here, that's gonna cinch up right here to this piece of the box. I got a piece of 1x3 tubing here, and that's gonna weld across the back of the frame like this, and it'll be down here. It'll make the rear cross member. Alright, bam, check it out. Got the gas tank slid back in here where I want it. Alright, bam, check it out. I got all my holes drilled. I got the angle iron welded in here from the top. I'll weld the bottom of it when I take the box back off. I'm using, let's see, 7 plus 4, 11 bolts to hold it down. I got 5/16 bolts in the front, 3 in the front, 4 in the back. And then because the side pieces are just a hair shy of being real thick, I'm using 1/4 inch on the side, which will be fine. This thing will be not going to go anywhere. It's going to be locked right in here with all these bolts. Alright, so you can see what I did here. I got welded a piece of angle iron, and I actually trimmed the top of it off, and it actually comes up under here at an angle, so it'll be gusseted up into here to give it a little more strength. And then this one is just welded across the back, and when I gusset this back piece back in a sheet metal, will tie in all down here. Real simple to get the nuts on the bolts on the bottom. I'll just run them all up. I can reach everything real easy. So this will mount the tank up real nice. The sending unit comes out right about here by the rear end, so the line will run right over to the frame real easy. I think that's going to be slick, and it'll fit perfect in the bottom of this bed. Bam, there we go. It's pretty much easy as that. It fits right in here nice. It'll be well supported in the bottom of this box. And real simple installation with the 11 bolts around the top. So pretty much finishes up the gas tank. I'm going to take the box off and finish welding up all around the sides here to tie that in. the gas tank install is pretty much complete. So as always, I'm going to put a circle. Where am I going to put it? Over there, bing, in the corner of the box. Go ahead and hit that to subscribe. I'm putting out new videos every Wednesday and Saturday. So tell your friends, share on social media, hit the bell for the alerts. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again at the Quick Speed Shop.